as the GTI, the Government Training Institute in Georgetown, or LTI, the Linden Training Institute in Georgetown, in Linden, or NATI, the New Amsterdam Training Institute. These are technical training colleges that we have across Guyana. And those of you who are from Guyana, you know GTI, you know LTI, you know NATI. Some of them, a significant number of them, were from the Guyana Training School in Port Morant. And a significant number of them were from the Aeronautical Engineering School at Ogle Airport. No less than 8 out of 100 of the Guyanese people who I spoke with went to one of those technical training institutes. And they were recruited, so they applied, they were recruited. They were all sent on international training. Many of them were sent to the Gulf of Mexico, many of them were sent to Mexico, and many of them were sent to the Middle East. They spent periods ranging between 2 months and 6 months. And they came back to Guyana and started working in this world-class company. And some of them, by the time I got there and spoke to them, some of them had been working for about a year, 2 years. Some of them had already gotten a promotion and were in a supervisory position. And those are stories that fill me with a lot of optimism. They say to me that we need to do more of this. We need to invest more heavily in technical training, technical and vocational training, because there are a lot of people out there who potentially can take up those kinds of jobs.
That was Guyana's Minister of Finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, at an ExxonMobil-sponsored roundtable here in Washington, D.C., underscoring the importance of technical and vocational skills training to help shore up Guyana's labor market in response to the increased demand for skilled labor to meet the demands of the booming oil and gas sector, but also in response to demands in the non-oil sectors like agriculture, renewable energy, tourism, and financial services, for example. Now, just weeks after the Guyana Private Sector Commission, in collaboration with the government of Guyana, hosted a historic first-of-its-kind diaspora job and investment fair in Queens, New York, to inform Guyanese living in the United States of the new and emerging opportunities up for bids in Guyana, the Minister of Finance and President of ExxonMobil Guyana, Alastair Routelage, reassured diaspora Guyanese of commitments to buttress necessary development efforts. Now, the job fair was met with skepticism and questions about its necessity. But some of the private sector, the business owners and leaders, managers who traveled up from Guyana and had boots at the job fair, shared with Guyana Tapestry briefly of some of the labor market shocks they're experiencing, the impact on wage levels, and the long-term fears for the local labor market.
And why we're here is because we're terribly strapped for employment in Guyana. The employment rates have shot up within the past year exponentially. It's going up every single day. And even the non-skilled laborers, you end up paying them twice or thrice the amount you used to pay them a year ago. And of course, you don't want to go and take people from all over the world, India, China, although they will be skilled. When we have our own Guyanese all over the world that have that skill
sets, that
have that know-how, have that investment, that capital capacity to invest into Guyana. So that's why we're here. We're trying to bring back those people, that critical talent into Guyana. Fight the brain drain, right? We have so much opportunity in Guyana. So as for me, I need operators, I need managers, I need engineers. Name it, we need it. For many, many different sectors.
And so how are you finding in terms of the response since you've been here?
Well, it's almost 1 o'clock now, and I've had a lot of conversations about this already.
Wonderful.
And a lot of people, they're very receptive to the information, thankfully.
Wonderful.
So, people realizing what kind of problems we have in Guyana. Well, you can reach us by email at hello@geicogy.com. That's GAICO.gy.com. And just shoot me an email, let me know, let's have a conversation. We have so much going on in Guyana. I mean, Geico is one of the biggest and one of the most diverse companies in Guyana. And we're expanding every year into a new industry. Wonderful. You never know what's going to be next. So even if you have an idea that doesn't suit me now, let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. My name is Gomiti Gangadin. I'm the Public Relations Manager for Guyana Shore Base, Inc. Guyana Shore Base is a subsidiary of Manishwaris Limited. So Guyana Shore Base, for those who might not know, we are the premier shore base facility in Guyana. That means we serve as a logistics hub for ExxonMobil. We provide all of their logistics needs, their berthing solutions, movement of pipes, water, fuel, waste management facilities, etc. for ExxonMobil. We do have some other oil and gas clients, but our premier client is ExxonMobil.
I see. Wonderful.
So we're here at the Diaspora Conference today. As I said, twofold, Manishwaris Limited and Guyana Shore Base, because we're sister companies.
Right.
So Manishwaris Limited has a number of vacancies that they're currently recruiting for. And secondly, we're here with Guyana Shore Base, which offers not just employment opportunities as well, but also procurement opportunities. So we're here to promote the employment and procurement opportunities that we have available in Guyana.
I see.
So for Manishwaris Limited, we're hiring for positions like project managers, accountants, welders, site supervisors. That's just some of the vacancies that they have. IT technicians, software developers. So we're looking specifically for those positions.
I see.
In terms of GISB, our procurement opportunities are very vast because, like I said, our company, has a wide range of services. So the procurement opportunities are vast. They range from consultancy to engineering services to design services to provision of goods and services. So there's a lot of areas in which Guyanese can tap in. So we just want to promote some of those. We want to get people registered on our vendor portal, because that is important for you to do business with us. So we want them to get registered as vendors if they have a business to offer, or if they are seeking employment. And like I said, we have a list of positions in Manishwaris that we're recruiting for.
And so specifically your message to the diaspora, if you were to coin a quick message to them, what would you say?
Okay, well, I think anybody who knows GISB knows we're synonymous with Guyanese and promoting local content. And so that's one of the reasons we're here today, because, we are very much in tune with the government's call for Guyanese to return and serve. And wherever there are opportunities, we are going to prioritize giving Guyanese those opportunities.
Wonderful.
So it's good that we're here, the diaspora is getting involved, and if they want to return home, there are spaces for them to get involved in. Okay, so we can be reached on our social media platforms, either Guyana Shore Base Inc., or if you want to link with Manishwaris Limited for those vacancies, Manishwaris Limited on social media. And we're available on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for what you're
welcome.
doing here today.
All right.
Believe it or not, some 89% of the labor force with a tertiary education, that is more than 12 years of schooling in Guyana, has emigrated to an OECD member country. That is OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And OECD member countries include countries like Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, the United Kingdom, and the United States. And I know this sounds like an alarming statistic, but that's why we're talking about it in the first place. And this is the IMF reporting in working papers dating back since 2006, a paper entitled Immigration and Brain Drain, Evidence from the Caribbean. Guyana, Grenada, Jamaica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines have the highest tertiary immigration rates in the region. These countries rank in the top 20 in the world for skilled immigration rates, where about 60% of the tertiary educated labor force has emigrated from the Caribbean to the United States, with Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, and Grenada having the highest tertiary immigration rates to the United States alone. Now, economists generally define brain drain as the departure or the loss of skilled and educated professional people from a country, an economic sector, or a field, usually for better pay or living conditions. So understand that brain drain is about the loss of educated or professional people. What is important for us to note here is that brain drain can have significant economic consequences for small and developing countries like Guyana. Over the years, Guyana has both enjoyed some of the benefits of brain drain, like the foreign exchange remittances from Guyanese abroad, and the transfer of technology and knowledge. But we've also seen some of the negative impacts, like the crippling loss of human capital with most of its skilled labor force and the concomitant loss of tax revenues. We can look more closely at some of the economic and political ramifications, but this is not really the time and place for that. That'll take more time. But for those Guyanese questioning the logic and necessity of the diaspora job and investment fair, this story hopefully provides some insight into why it would seem to make sense that corporate interests, businesses, and policymakers to recruit Guyanese from the diaspora to invest directly and find employment opportunities in Guyana. There has certainly been an influx of foreign investors and workers, so why not diaspora Guyanese? All right. Family, this is Guyana Tapestry, and we are telling Guyana's immigration story. And it is a story of growing significance, right, with each passing day as Guyana's regional and global position evolves. So thank you for your continued support and engagement with the work. It is becoming more and more apparent that some of the facts and figures that we share on Guyana Tapestry is new to some of you, but this is the truth about who we are and who we've been, and that's how we've sort of are at this place with this huge diaspora. So share the word about Guyana Tapestry with another Guyanese family or friend at home or in the diaspora. Tell them to subscribe to the YouTube channel and join the conversation, this growing conversation. Also, and importantly, go over and check out our newly launched website at www.guyanatapestry.com. That is guyanatapestry.com for all the details about the home country, Guyana, and its sprawling global diaspora. Stay informed and engage with issues from the level of the community to the region to global importance to the diaspora. So look forward to seeing you over there on the website at guyanatapestry.com. Family, this is Chico with Guyana Tapestry, and until our next story is One Love Guyana.